Imagine this. One day you're working as a limousine driver thousands of miles from Hollywood, from the film industry, from an acting career, and then suddenly you're plucked out of obscurity, acting in a film from Oscar-nominated director Paul Greengrass, your co-star being two-time Oscar winner Tom Hanks, and you're just months away from an Oscar nomination all your own. Oh yes, Barkhad Abdi, who gave one of the most extraordinary film debuts of the 2010s in Captain Phillips, is a genuine Cinderella story that only happens to a select few, and it happened to him. How was Abdi cast in 2013's Captain Phillips in the significant role of Muse, one of 4 Somali pirates who hijack an American cargo ship? And how close did he come to winning the Best Supporting Actor Academy Award in early 2014? My name is Brian Rowe, this is the awards contender, and today I begin a new series that's been a long time coming, Oscar Profiles, which highlights people of color who've been nominated for at least one Academy Award. I thought it'd be fun to start right at the top of the alphabet with Abdi and the extraordinary story behind his very much deserved Oscar nomination. To start, let's go back to the beginning. Barkhad Abdi was born on April 10, 1985 in Somalia. When the Somali Civil War broke out, 7-year-old Abdi and his family moved to Yemen, and then in 1999 they relocated to Minneapolis, Minnesota, which has a large Somali community.
Why do so many Somalis live in Minneapolis?
Minneapolis because the jobs.
After graduating from Minnesota State University Moorhead, Abdi took on a variety of jobs. He sold mobile phones at his brother's shop in Minneapolis, he worked as a DJ, and he was a limousine driver at his relative's chauffeur company.
You were a limo driver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was, how long were you a limo driver for?
For about a year.
Yeah. How did you like it?
It was good. You get to meet new people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would think what's interesting now is you're going to all these parties.
Yeah.
And now there's a limo driver driving you.
Yeah.
Are you nice to the limo driver?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, good. All right.
One day, the opportunity of a lifetime appeared. While at his friend's house, he caught a casting call on TV for a Tom Hanks film looking for Somali actors, and Abdi didn't hesitate.
So that's where they decided when they were making Captain Phillips, they said, let's have the casting in Minneapolis to try and find...
some pirates.
Yeah, some pirates. When you need Somali pirates, you go to Minneapolis, apparently. How many people showed up for the auditions?
It was about 700 or...
700.
Yeah.
Think of it, 700 to 800 people tried out for 4 roles in Captain Phillips, and not only was Abdi chosen for the most significant of the 4, the other 3 Somali actors cast were his friends, kind of perfect to capture that necessary electricity between them in the finished film. It was the film's director Paul Greengrass who made the final call on Abdi's casting.
All 4 of them were really good, and they had great group identity, you know, and they had great individual definition one from another. They'd understood.
Now you might wonder if Barkhad Abdi got to spend time with Tom Hanks before filming commenced in March 2012 off the coast of Malta in the Mediterranean Sea, but no. As Abdi discussed in multiple interviews, he and the other Somali actors were purposely separated from Hanks until they shot their first scene together.
Because we didn't get to meet Tom until the first time we see on the movie.
Oh, the first day with your shooting?
Yep. Like with him. That was the first time. So
Yeah.
after the scene, I told him, like, I can't believe I'm making a scene with the Forrest Gump guy. Yeah,
The Forrest Gump guy.
Captain Phillips tells the true story of the 2009 Maersk, Alabama hijacking when Captain Richard Phillips, an American merchant mariner, was taken hostage by Somali pirates. The screenplay by Billy Ray was based on Phillips' 2010 book about the experience entitled A Captain's Duty, Somali Pirates, Navy SEALs, and Dangerous Days at Sea. In 2011, Tom Hanks attached himself to the project, director Paul Greengrass coming on board soon thereafter, and then after a long worldwide search for the 4 Somali actors that ended at the Brian Coyle Community Center in Cedar Riverside, Minneapolis, Barkhad Abdi was cast alongside Barkhad Abdirahman, Faisal Ahmed, and Mahat M. Ali, filming lasting into the summer of 2012.
I met there some of my friends, we created a group, and we auditioned a few times, we came to LA. We got the part that way.
And then you made a movie with Tom Hanks. Not too shabby.
Let's discuss the plot of Captain Phillips, and if you haven't seen the film, here's your spoiler warning. We're introduced to Barkhad Abdi close to the film's beginning, His character of Abdiwali Muse awaking to lots of commotion and an opportunity to lead a group of armed pirates into open waters to commandeer a valuable American vessel. In this first scene, Abdi shows a sense of confidence, urgency, and ability to make others believe he can get the job done. Richard Phillips is the captain of an unarmed container vessel with orders to sail through to Kenya, and wary of pirate activity near the Horn of Africa, he orders security precautions and practice drills. Soon the captain notices two skiffs following the vessel. One turns around after he pretends to call a warship and the other loses engine power. But the following day, Muse's skiff returns with additional engines, and despite efforts of Phillips and the crew, the pirates come on board the ship. It is in this scene where Barkhad Abdi utters the film's most famous line.
Look at me. Sure. Look at me. Sure. I'm the captain now.
This line, according to Abdi, was improvised on the day, amazing given the power of both Abdi and Hank's performances there, and the specificity of the camera work. The way Abdi's eyes kind of drop after he says the line shows he is indeed running the show.
That's when I just used a lot of imaginations and just became the character as much as I can, and I became the captain.
Phillips offers Muse and his men $30,000 from the safe, but Muse's orders are to ransom the ship and crew for millions of dollars in insurance money. As the pirates search the ship, the crew finds ways to fight back, and they eventually ambush Muse, holding him at gunpoint. The pirates are eventually forced into a lifeboat, but not without Phillips. The second half of the film takes place for the most part in that tiny lifeboat with the 5 men as tensions escalate and a rescue mission for Phillips is put into action. After Phillips has a failed attempt to escape the lifeboat, he asks why Muse can't find something better to do with his life, and Muse's response is unforgettable.
Maybe in America, Irish. Maybe in America.
Muse remains as calm as can be as ships arrive to retrieve Phillips, and he agrees to board another boat, leaving his Somali crew behind in the understanding his clan elders will arrive to negotiate Phillips' ransom. That decision for Muse ultimately saves his life because the other 3 pirates are shot to death in an ambush, freeing Phillips. Muse gets arrested and taken to the United States to be tried for piracy, while Phillips is rescued and treated for his injuries. Hank's final scene in the film is a powerful acting showcase, but so is Abdi in his final scene when he's informed of what happened to his friends.
You should, my friend?
Captain Phillips is free. All of your friends are dead.
His chilling, ice-cold stare tells us everything we need to know about his state of mind. In some ways, I do think Barkhad Abdi's lack of acting experience enhances his performance in Captain Phillips.
So while you're filming this movie, are you thinking and sort of connecting with the desperation of the Somali pirates at that time and what must have been going through their head that they were so desperate to hijack a ship?
Correct, yeah.
And so how did that play out in your character?
It played out right, you know, because I would just imagine, you know, like, what does this mean to him? And like, how bad does he want it? So I would just think about that and, you know, just what if that was me?
What if that was you?
There's never a false note, a moment that feels scripted or inauthentic. Abdi is a revelation in Captain Phillips, and in a film with one of Tom Hanks' finest performances of the last 20 years, Abdi still manages to stand out and leave us with a memorable impression. He was the perfect choice for this role, and he gave it his all. It was probably the thrill of a lifetime for Barkhad Abdi to make a major movie with Tom Hanks and Paul Greengrass, but I can't imagine how exciting it must have been for him when the film was finally released.
It was just an all amazing ride, you know. It's my first film, you know, and I've been blessed to work with a great director and just an amazing cast and the great Tom Hanks.
Captain Phillips opened the New York Film Festival on September 20th, 2013, before releasing nationwide on October 11th and becoming a hit at the box office and with critics, and many of the nation's film critics raved not only about the film, but about Abdi's performance.
And suddenly, here is this newly arrived talent who fantastically holds his own, and he has to, because the film wouldn't work if it was basically just the story of Tom Hanks and some other people. It has to have a kind of equal and opposite balance, and I think in finding Barkhad Abdi and in the way in which he plays that role, it finds exactly the thing it needs, which is an equal and opposite balance. That you feel that this really is the story of a culture clash, the story of two characters going head to head, and of course, more importantly, that the film is all the time aware that neither of them are in control of their situation. Both of them are in fact pawns in a much wider game over which neither of them have control.
Many put Captain Phillips on their best movies of the year lists, including Ann Thompson at IndieWire, who put it 4th, and Kenneth Turan in the Los Angeles Times, who put it at number 1. With strong reviews and box office, you could bet Captain Phillips was going to be a major awards player in early 2014, but I wonder if Barkhad Abdi even halfway expected just how well he was going to do in Best Supporting Actor. He often appeared with Hanks at the film's promotional events, and he presented a trophy at the Hollywood Film Awards. He got lots of nominations from critics groups, but he only won at the London Critics Circle. Was it possible Hanks and Hanks alone was going to represent Captain Phillips at the major award shows in the Best Actor category? Of course not, because Barkhad Abdi's performance in Captain Phillips was just too good to ignore, and he ended up being nominated in Best Supporting Actor pretty much everywhere: Golden Globes, Critics' Choice, SAG, BAFTA, and Oscars.
Well, I'm really happy to be here, it's surreal, and a dream come true. My castmate Faisal Ahmed, and we're gonna enjoy the night.
He did not miss anywhere, and in a season of amazing films and performances, Abdi did extraordinarily well. His awards journey began at the Golden Globes, where he lost to Jared Leto for Dallas Buyers Club, Leto playing a fictional trans woman with AIDS in the well-reviewed end-of-the-year drama. Leto, who had been a respected actor in a variety of projects for many years, became the favorite that season in Best Supporting Actor, continuing his victories at the Critics' Choice Awards and the Screen Actors Guild Awards. But then, something interesting happened at BAFTA. Jared Leto wasn't nominated, leaving room for someone else to win in the category. The prize could have gone to Michael Fassbender for 12 Years a Slave, that film winning Best Actor for Chiwetel Ejiofor and Best Picture. But no, Emma Thompson revealed the Best Supporting Actor winner by saying,
Barkhad Abdi for Captain Phillips!
What a moment this must have been for Barkhad Abdi, going from never acting in a film before to hugging his co-star Tom Hanks on the way to accepting a British Academy Award. His speech that followed was a great one. Here's an excerpt.
I want to thank Paul Greengrass for believing in me before I believed in myself and brought me into this project. I want to thank Tom Hanks for everything. I see you. Last but not least, I want to thank the other pirates in the film, Faisal, Barkhad, and Mahad Ali, my friends, and the people that we came from nothing and we got this. Thank you.
Now, did Abdi's victory at BAFTA mean he had a shot at winning the Oscar? I would argue after BAFTA, he was indeed in second place to take the Best Supporting Actor Academy Award. He gave a great performance, he had a narrative, he received plenty of attention during Ellen DeGeneres' opening monologue.
Barkhad Abdi is here. He is nominated for Captain Phillips. He's from Somalia. He is a sommelier, so he knows a lot about wine, and that is impressive. Who's the wine captain now? Who's the wine captain?
And Captain Phillips received an impressive 6 Oscar nominations, including Best Adapted Screenplay for Billy Ray and Best Picture of the Year. One notable snub was Hanks in Best Actor, which shocked many, including myself. He is incredible in that film, especially at the end, but the Academy went nuts for American Hustle, and Christian Bale probably took the slot that would have gone to Hanks. I do think Tom Hanks missing at the Oscars did hurt Abdi enough for him to never have a genuine chance at winning there. It showed that the Academy didn't fully love the movie. If they had, they would have nominated Hanks, easily. However, in Best Supporting Actor, I do think Abdi was ahead of Fassbender for 12 Years a Slave, Bradley Cooper for American Hustle, and Jonah Hill, a surprise kind of last-minute nominee that year for The Wolf of Wall Street. Abdi was absolutely the runner-up, but with Dallas Buyers Club, like Captain Phillips, getting a Best Picture nomination, Matthew McConaughey winning Best Actor almost everywhere, and both McConaughey and Leto having impressive physical transformations awards voters often love, the Oscar that year for Best Supporting Actor was always going to Leto.
To those of you out there who have ever felt injustice because of who you are or who you love, I stand here in front of the world with you and for you. Thank you so much and good night.
Still, what a story for Barkhad Abdi, limousine driver in Minneapolis turned Oscar-nominated actor in Hollywood. Now, he didn't get rich off of Captain Phillips. He was paid close to the minimum for his role, $65,000, and he returned to working in Minneapolis after he finished filming. But after all the praise and awards attention for his performance, Abdi immediately started booking film and TV projects left and right.
I was going to ask you, what would you like to be doing in a couple of years' time? How do you see your acting career now?
I want to keep acting, and keep doing good work. That's the plan.
In 2015, he appeared in the film Eye in the Sky, along with an episode of Hawaii Five-0. In 2016, he appeared in a film called The Brothers Grimsby, and he reprised his role of Muse from Captain Phillips in an episode of Family Guy.
Joe, look at me! Look at me! He is the bingo captain now!
He had an especially prolific 2017, appearing in 4 feature films: The Pirates of Somalia, Extortion, Good Time, and Blade Runner 2049.
Nobody lives there. Waxay weydiisay. Meesha alaabtan ka imaadeen. Oo ku sheegay. Meesha ku imaadeen. Maxaa rabtaa had saaxiib?
He has since had a major role in season 2 of Castle Rock, has appeared in the series Little America, and he's also fantastic in the recent Showtime series The Curse, opposite Nathan Fielder and Emma Stone. It was in watching The Curse in recent months, actually, that made me want to make a video about this guy and track every step of his inspiring journey. As of this recording, Barkhad Abdi hasn't received another award nomination since Captain Phillips, but he has carved out a strong career for himself this past decade, challenging himself with a variety of excellent roles in projects big and small. His astonishing performance in Captain Phillips was not in any way the beginning of the end for this talented actor. He truly is one of a kind, and I don't know about you, but I can't wait to see what the amazing Oscar-nominated, BAFTA-winning Barkhad Abdi is going to do next. Thanks so much for watching and subscribing, and let me know in the comments below who is another person you would like to see me make a video about in my new series Oscar Profiles, and we'll see you next time at the Awards Contender.